Hello, we are Geeks Assembled, and I'm joined as usual by Susan. Hello, Susan.
Hello, Lee.
And
How are
this
you?
week, I'm fine. I'm fine.
That's
Mustn't
good.
grumble. Mustn't grumble. Um, this week we're discussing a film from the 1990s, from 1999 to be precise. Highly acclaimed movie by, is it P.T. Anderson? I think it
Yeah,
is.
it's by
And an all-star ensemble cast of interconnecting lives, about connections, and it's Magnolia. This is what the movie is, Magnolia. Um, Title of the film chosen because as the director thought the leaves of the magnolia flower intertwined and interlinked, and that's why he just called it Magnolia. So we'll go to Susan for opening thoughts on this movie. Over to you.
also because the you could also say that the reason he chose it was because the magnolia flower is leaves a smell in the air for a long time, a resonance, and also because the flowers are robust and they tend not to crumble very easily,
Hmm.
much like our cast and or our characters. The cast was great, but the characters weren't uh they weren't wusses. They were strong, powerful, and they all had their incredible issues. Yeah, lots of dysfunction, lots of family dysfunction, lots of uh kind of awkwardness. I think Paul Thomas Anderson, is good with making movies about dysfunction and about awkwardness.
Hmm.
He did make the movie Boogie Nights, which is about a porn sort of interconnected web that was all about being awkward in porn.
Yeah,
And um,
this was his follow-up.
yeah, this was the follow up to that, and he loves using Philip Seymour Hoffman, and he loves using Julianne Moore, and so they were back, uh, and William H Macy, and this time he used William H Macy's wife at the time, or still Felicity Huffman. Who went to jail with who went to jail here in Boston for screwing around with her daughter's entrance exams or entrances into university by using a proctor that was shady. Yeah, so I mean, like these people, um, you know. Anyway, like Alfred Molina's in it. Oh my gosh, Jason Robards is in it. Jason Robards plays someone who doesn't have a lot to do in this movie. He's in a bed, pretty much hospital bed, up on medication, on oxygen, and not a feeding tube. So he says he can still speak out a little bit, but definitely towards the end and into the end. And then there were two two you know kids who were the Macy character played a kid who won a bunch of stuff on a quiz show, and
Hmm.
then there was another kid like in the scene right before that who wins a bunch of money on a kids show and is about to solidify his legacy, and all he's got to do is take a leak, and it's like working for Amazon. They won't let you do that. It's just ridiculous. It's like working for Amazon. It's like, what the hell is the matter with you people? The fuck is the matter with you people? God damn it. It pissed me off. I was like, you caused this kid to be traumatized on TV. Like, the leak down his leg. Oh my gosh. I was like, you fucking fucks. I can't believe you guys. Oh, that pisses me off when that happens because, it's just sad when it happens to people. Anyway, made me really grumpy. And the quiz kid Johnny Smith, the quiz kid from earlier, wants to get braces because he wants to be liked and he wants to be loved. He wants to be like this guy, and he wants to, by showing off his braces, find a way in on this one guy who's a bartender, who's a really handsome guy. And it's it's awkward, especially when later on in the movie he's like he slips on a frog and breaks his teeth. I mean, it's just like, oh my god, oh, poor guy. You couldn't think of a worse injury to happen to this guy who wants better teeth because of this guy who has excellent teeth, who's getting his teeth even better. And yet, like, this is the way in or something. And the other guy sitting at the end of the bar, this old queen, old, absolutely, you know, regal queen, is like, you just don't have it. And he's like, yes, I do. And the queen's like, I'm sorry you don't. And so anyway, oh boy. And so that's just rough. Anyway, and they're all part of this show created by Jimmy Gator called Are You Smart as a Kid? Or are you something like that? Smart
What
as a
what
kid?
do, what do children know?
What do kids know?
Kids know that was it.
Yeah, we put it together.
Yeah.
And yeah, so Jimmy Gator, played by Philip Baker Hall. Oh my gosh. He needs some help. He's a aging television star, and he needs some help too. So why don't they help him too? They should help the kid, and they should help this aging star, and they shouldn't put him through it. They should have postponed the shoot for another hour. That would have solved everybody's problems. 1 hour would have solved everybody's problems. But no. Anyway, it's just ridiculous. Anyway, and then there's Tom Cruise's character. Anyway, I'd like to pass that over to Lee because I've talked about the uncomfortable things
Right.
that I really want to talk about. You could talk about the stuff that I didn't want to talk about.
Well, we'll go. Yeah, this is a story of intertwining connections or coincidence, as the beginning of the movie has several short stories of coincidence. With if you blink, you miss them. Miriam Margolyes is there.
Miriam Margolyes, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
That was so fun.
Uh, Uncredited in the movie for some
Uh-huh.
reason. I don't know why.
Yeah,
Um,
bullshit.
it's
Really?
all about coincidences. Intertwining family and connections, loose connections from you know, and also an amazing soundtrack by Amy Mann.
Uh-huh.
Um, great, great singer songwriter. Um, I mean, you don't you're watching this movie and you get drawn in by what's going on, and then all of a sudden a song starts and all the actors are sort of singing along to it in a little
Uh-huh.
segment. You don't get that in movies. um, but yeah, I think this movie's really put together so well. We'll go right. I'll mention the Tom Cruise character, shall I?
Uh-huh.
Um,
Please.
Frank T.J. Mackey.
Uh-huh.
What should we call him? A sex guru. A the man, a male sex guru. Um, who says it like it is. He doesn't hold back. Um, tried to teach these men how to treat women, how to seduce women. Um, it turns out that he is the estranged son of the dying man played by Jason Robards, which incidentally he was dying. Um, this was his last movie, um,
Oh.
and
Oh.
he was going through what he was going through in the movie.
Oh,
Um,
wow, really?
mhm, yeah,
Oh,
this was his last
oh
movie.
dear.
I think he did
That's
something.
intense.
Yeah, I think he did one more thing on TV after that, and that was it. Um, but it does draw you in, pulls on your heartstrings, um, because you do feel for several of these characters. I mean, Phil Palmer, played by Philip Seymour Hoffman, who's um, the carer,
Nurse.
the nurse. Yeah, he, he just thinks he's doing good, trying to find Frank. Um, he's there at the end for Elle. Then you've got Julianne Moore, who's Elle's wife, second wife, should we say, uh, who l- loves the man but hates the man, cheated on him. She can't stand what she's done to him. So her life's in turmoil. Um, it's just amazing. And then you've got, as you say, you've got the Donny the quiz kid from 60. Is it 69 by William H Macy? Great actor, great role for him. Which is connected to the show with Jimmy Gator, who he's dying of cancer in this movie as well. He wants to recompense with his daughter, but she won't have anything to do with him because this comes out of nowhere near the end of the movie because he molested her. Um, you know,
And
it,
she said she does a lot of cocaine.
she's a drug addict, but then she sort of falls in love with the policeman played by what's his name, John C. Riley, um, who's not very good at his job, doesn't think he's good at his job. Um, I
Lost
just
his
think,
gun.
yeah, lost his gun. It's just the connections, everything's interwoven, connected, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it rains frogs. No one was expecting that, um, and it was a hell
What
of
the
a
hell did
storm.
the frog? What was that about?
Well, you can get these types of weather where the whale wind or tornadoes go across lakes, pick the water up, like they did with that scuba diver at the beginning of the film, scooped up the diver in the plane. This is what the wind does, picks all the water up and then disperses it when it starts to rain, and all the frogs come down. And it is a phenomenon what does happen.
All right, but it's just weird. It was like, what the hell are these things?
Yeah,
You
it just
first the first time it starts thudding on that car, you're
yeah,
like,
the cop's car, yeah. Then
yeah,
then it hits while William H Macy's up a pole, climbing up a pole, hits him right in the face.
knocks him off the pole,
Yeah,
and he takes a header on the pavement on the sidewalk,
yeah,
breaks his teeth, the teeth that he wanted to get fixed with braces.
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of justice?
Coincidence?
And then it rains frogs down through a skylight.
Yeah, that's when Jimmy Gates is going to kill himself.
And then,
But we're left uh, not knowing what happens to him. But by looking what went on, his house burnt down, so he must have died in the fire.
and his house burned down. So
Yeah,
even if he didn't kill himself, his house was gone.
yeah, but he was
And
dead.
then they, as they're falling around that that gas station, his gun falls out of the sky within the frogs.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Coincidence?
Oh my god, it's
Because it
just
does
so
happen.
weird. I mean, somebody was saying online, I think it was Reddit, that was like, biblical much? I'm like, I guess Exodus, 20, the plague of frogs, but they were, the way that was described was that they were coming out of the water. I
No,
mean, that's kind of the way you thought of it, when you thought of it. But then, you see this and you're like, what the hell is this? It's like raining cats and dogs. No, it's raining frogs, and they're coming down hard. I mean,
mhm.
every time they hit, they there'd be blood. I mean, it was so gross. Oh my gosh, it was so gross, and it was so sad. I mean, look at all those froggies. I mean, as someone who loves Grogu, I mean, I was just like, oh no, oh look at them all, oh.
Well, wait,
And then there was the whole thing with like the way that it caused more havoc.
mhm.
I mean, the Tom Cruise's character, it was the only time he was actually expressing his feelings without that facade, that
Yeah, yeah.
that super suit on, that lie on top of him, and and then he was like, it it shook him out of that real moment. The frogs shook him out of that. What the heck? I mean, it
Well,
was weird.
also the frogs sort of woke up Earl to look at Tom Cruise's character for one last time before he died.
That too,
Yeah,
because and that was when Tom was being real.
yeah,
The
yeah.
or you know
I mean, I would say every character in this movie shed tears. Everyone, you know, Philip Seymour Hoffman was crying, Julianne Moore was crying, Tom Cruise was crying, William H Macy was crying. You know, they all
okay,
shed tears.
but then there was some really weird, like random people. Like the guy who was the queen at the end of the bar was played by Henry Gibson,
Oh
and the
yeah,
queen at the end of the bar was named Thurston Howell. Like the guy uh in the guy who played Lovey in the in Gilligan's Island,
oh right.
and
I didn't.
then And then there's Clark Gregg. I mean, the guy from the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. who's just playing a floor manager, and he's just like so, kind of uh, suave and debonair, and like, trying to really help the flow of the show. And so he, in so many ways, he was really cruel. He was really cruel to the kid. He was cruel to his boss. He just wanted it on the air in the right time slot, and he didn't care who he ran over to do that. but he was smooth about it. It was like you know. Anyway, the other thing that was really weird was uh seeing Jim Beaver, who is in all 15 years of Supernatural, who played uh who played the guy um who played the
Chimpy.
uncle of the the Winchesters, the the uncle who helped the Winchesters. Anyway, yeah,
What was he in this? He wasn't in this.
yeah, he was, and so was Michael Murphy. Michael Murphy was in this. I mean, like these were characters. Michael Murphy was in deep was it Deep Space? It was in one of the Star Treks. Anyway, so I was just like, whoa. And then Robert Downey
I can't.
Sr. was also he played the director in that
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
So I mean, like here's Robert Downey Sr. and Clark Gregg in that theater.
No, I don't remember
Well,
seeing.
I mean, I don't. You go
I don't
ahead.
remember seeing Beaver in it.
Yeah, he was though.
Well, he's not on the list.
He played. He played a peanut. He one of the peanut guys. The guys who were buying peanuts.
No,
And then
we watched the same movie.
yeah. Oh, and one that Alex just wanted me to remind you of was that Louis Guzman was in it,
Playing Lewis.
playing Luis. He was one of the three contestants on the show, and he was like, he knew so many of the answers, and so, but Mim was really the turning spoke of the wheel of that bit. Those three, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And yeah, there was Todd, there was Luis, and there was Mim on the that were like on the other side of the stage from the three kids, right?
yeah. They were the contestants. Yeah, but
Yeah,
the the way also as what you said with the Stanley, the young kid, the way his parents, his father treated him,
yeah,
um, was what
exactly.
you hear about this and you see things about um, parents and with their youngsters forcing them into talent shows and and the kid, even if the kids don't want to do it, it's the parents want these awards, want the money, and you could see the way he was throwing chairs in the green room
Uh huh.
and then it's
Uh huh.
and Stanley at the end says, "You need to be more kinder to me. Go back to bed." So nothing's going to change for Stanley. Um, but yeah, it's I mean, I saw this movie roughly when it came out, a
Wow.
or a year after it came out, and when I thought, wow, what a story, what an epic story. I mean, I think it won a few awards. Um,
Yeah, these are the awards that it won. There's like a list on the back of it. It says Golden Globe winner, Best Supporting Actor, Tom, three
mhm,
Academy Award nominations, screenplay for Paul Thomas Anderson, Best Supporting Actor, Tom Cruise, and Best Original Song. That must
mhm,
be the Save Me by Amy Mann, right?
yeah,
And the Golden Bear Awards, the Berlin Film Festival, Toronto Film Critics Awards, Best Film of '99, Best Director Paul Thomas Anderson, Best Screenplay Paul Thomas Anderson, National Board of Review Awards, Three best films of '99: Best Ensemble Cast, Best Supporting Actress Julianne Moore, Best Supporting Actor Philip Seymour Hoffman. Nice. Chicago Film Critics Awards, Best Supporting Actor Tom Cruise, Florida Film Critics Circle Awards, Best Picture '99, Best Ensemble Cast, on over 80 top 10 lists for '99. And apparently, Alex said that there was a lot of love from Siskel or Ebert,
Mm.
uh, and they like thumbs up this one, and I just think that that's great.
I mean, it's such a well-made movie, and to get so much talent in one movie,
God, I know,
you don't often get that now.
I
Uh,
know, and I mean, you got Solomon played by Alfred Molina, who's just like, munching scenery.
I mean, he was only in it for maybe 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I just enjoyed it, and I thought I wanted to do this for a while. I'm glad we have done this. But anything else you want to say about Magnolia?
Yeah, it's this is so surreal.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just like, and you watch the the making of, and this Paul Thomas Anderson is so frenetic. I mean, he just doesn't sit still a second. So that's the
Mm.
way his brain works. And so of course this is like that in so many ways. It's sort of like different pieces are going all at the same time, and you're just
Yeah.
like, you have to kind of keep the stories separate and kind of try and connect them. Like I did see a an image of a connection. Let me see if I can find that. Let me see. Maybe it's in this one. Anyway, I just think that you would be it would be really cool if you felt like sort of putting your surreal eyes to the test
Mhm.
by watching this. You would be, I mean, it would really kind of, it would be, uh, it would increase your expectation for on a lot of different levels. I just think that you get a lot out of it, and
And
um,
also how he convinced Tom Cruise to take this part, because it goes against
yeah,
everything you know Tom Cruise for.
yeah,
Um, just a scumbag, really. Um,
yeah.
as he said, as he said at the beginning of the movie, and I'm going to say it: respect the cock.
Uh huh.
And as soon as that was his first line, first word. So you thought, all right, he's going to be that type of character, is he?
Huh.
But
Oh my gosh.
but to get everyone, I mean, it's everyone. I mean, you're saying a supporting actor, but they were all supporting actor. There was no main actor in this. There wasn't the top dog. They were all equal in this. Um, it's just an amazing story, movie. So, anything else, or shall we go final sentence go?
Yeah, I was just trying to find the wiki image of the connections. It's like a spider web.
Oh yeah,
Anyway, it's
yeah, I've seen that. Yeah,
yeah, it's I was trying to find it to show it, but I just let you know that there's an image on Wikipedia if you look
yeah,
for Magnolia, and it's got the whole sort of Michigas drawn out like a spider web. And and what's really interesting is that there's really no one at the center. So that's why Tom got best supporting actor and not best lead
mm-hmm.
actor.
Because there isn't a lead.
Because there isn't a lead. That's the really interesting thing about this movie. It's so surreal they don't even have a lead actor, and
Because I think everybody has got roughly the same amount of screen time.
yeah, that's exactly right, Lee. And then the other thing is that it being that it was inspired by Amy Mann, her music is like without throughout it.
Hmm.
And so yeah, if you look at her Save Me video, it's basically the movie. And if you look at the movie, it's basically, well, it's not just Save Me, it's a few songs.
Yeah, Wise
But
Up, Save Me.
Wise Up, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
And a cool 90s artist she is, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Amy Mann, brilliant vocalist, songwriter. Um,
Yeah.
so what would you give this out of 10 then, Susan?
I'll give this 9 frogs out of 10. I really, I just, the falling frogs. I just couldn't get. That was hard for me to sort of, understand. To rock the frogs.
It happens. It does. It has been recorded. You know that they do fall from the sky.
That's really weird.
Yeah, it's just that
It's
these
really
children
weird.
who whatever pick them up from the lakes, and once they disperse into clouds and storms, they drop the frogs. I mean, it's been known as well as fish as well. They've done fish, and you want to look it up, Susan?
I'm. I will try. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So you
Sure. Nine. Nine of those frogs.
right?
9 of those frogs that fall out of the
Mhm.
sky out of 10. And you, Lee, what's your score
Um,
on said
I,
frog?
I absolutely adore this movie. So it's going to be 10. 10 teeth braces out of 10.
Oh,
uh, it's just, as you say, surreal. The way it's put together, the way it's all connected, the way the story's told, the acting. I just can't fault it. Um, yeah, it's a 10 out of 10 from me.
it's kind of like the Los Angeles version of one of those, Dirk Gently stories where everything is interconnected.
Everything is interconnected. Yeah, yeah. So if you guys out there, have you seen Magnolia? Um, please let us know what you thought of the movie. It is a long movie. It's what is it? Nearly. Wait, what's the time on it? Is it about 3 hours? Something
I
like
don't
that.
know. It didn't seem like it.
186 minutes. So yeah, but let us know what you thought of it. Please leave a message below on this video. Um,
Yep.
you'll, you'll find the video on social media platforms where we share it. Geeks Assembled. You'll find all our other stuff as well. And if you'd like to join us, leave a message below on the video or any of our videos. Um, all we ask is for you to be 18 because this one's 18. And because you know, we like to abide by the law. You know,
Mhm.
sometimes. Um, all you need is a working camera and microphone on the device you use, and we'll try and get you on if you want to be on. Because you know, we'd like to see some new faces. And also, if you would like to subscribe to the YouTube channel, please remember to press the bell notification button, and you'll get notified every time we put up a video. So I think
And
that's
you'll
everything.
get more cowbell.
It needs more cowbell. Oh dear, what was that for? That was Saturday Night Live, wasn't it?
Hmm. Hmm.
More cowbell. Christopher Walken, if I remember rightly.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah,
Sorry, that was from the movie that we reviewed last weekend, where he played the vampire hunter.
yes.
Yeah.
No, he didn't. That was William Dafoe.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. You're right. I forgot already.
There was no cowbell in that. Um,
No,
actually, up here. You see, Susan connects things differently, don't you, Susan?
I guess.
It's like Magnolia. You get there in the end, but you go off in a different way to everybody else, and then you come back and get to where we're supposed to be.
Yeah. Yes.
But yeah, so I think that's everything. Diddly-do. Yeah, it is. So until next time, guys, please be safe. And also as well, look up in the skies because you never know. There may be a frog coming right down at you. I don't know if that's good luck or bad luck. Who knows? Bye for now.